My name's Chuck Miller from Oracle, and I'm going to take you through our mobile supply chain application, but for the smartphone. This is our smartphone application that runs on both iOS and Android, and it's for mobile supply chain. I have a quick demo I want to show you. This is our safe harbor statement. So I'm on my iPhone, and when I bring up the application, I see I have my various sign-ons. So I've entered my username and password and hit login. And it brings me to my main menu, showing me my responsibilities, um, everything that I can do from this application. I have selected materials and manufacturing, and I see that there's a receiving, inventory, manufacturing, pick, ship, label, inquiry, and change responsibility and log out options on there. When I look at the inventory menu, and I can see all the capabilities that I can do. I'm not going to read them to you. You can take a look yourself. Down at counting, that is full physical and both cycle counting. So there's some stuff that I can do there in inventory. And then in manufacturing, I have my various transactions that I can do. This is for discrete manufacturing, is the sign-on that I've been using. So we're talking about flow manufacturing and work orderless transactions. But I can see I have a full array of manufacturing transactions that I can do. And then my pick ship would be for shipping where I can pick, confirm, ship, and do that type of stuff. And then my inquiry, and that's where we're going to start with, where I'm going to do an inquiry, but I can get in by item, job, Kanban, or locator. So back to my main menu again, and then I'm going to take materials and manufacturing and then drill down into inquiry. And that brings me up to the screen that you just saw, where I'm going to do an item inquiry. And I've selected my organization. Note that with the magnifying glass, I could do a search on that. More about that just a little bit later. So that's my organization. And then my item where I've done the wildcard search you're familiar with EBS using the percent sign. And I'm able to bring up my item. And then for my sub inventory, I can either do a search or I know what sub inventory I'm going to use. So I'm just going to key it in. So I've keyed it in and now I'm going to hit find on my phone. And it's bringing up in the inventory that's available in this sub inventory, which is 4,323 eaches of this particular item. So I'm going to exit this, and then there's an icon up at the top right of the screen, which shows me my commands and what I can do, back, previous menu, main menu, forward, or even drop the connection. But I've gone back to the main menu, and I'm in the inventory screen, and I'm going to do a receipt, and I'm going to do a miscellaneous receipt to make it easy. And I see there's a couple different receipts that I can do, but as I said, I'm going to select the miscellaneous receipt. And then I need an account number for the way we've got our system configured. So I'm going to do a wildcard search with the percent. And I see an account number, which I know will work. So I am going to select that. And then my item. And the item is the same one we saw before, the AS54888. If you've ever seen an Oracle demo, you realize that AS54888 is something that we use all the time. And then my sub inventory again is FGI, finished goods inventory, just like the previous query. And I'm going to do a transaction for 5 pieces. Uh, so I've entered that data in. That's all I really want to enter for now. And I can hit save and next if I want to do another transaction, or I can hit done. And I believe I hit save and next. And I get a message at the top of my screen saying transaction success. So now I'm going to go back into my item inquiry because I wanted to see if this is updated. And I see that my quantity on hand is incremented from 4323 to 4328, and that looks good. So that was a brief demo of mobile supply chain, and I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, that runs on both iOS and Android. And thanks for your time.